students, Sai Ram. Now today let's proceed with part 3 of lesson number 7, Science and Technology. In the first two parts, children, we have learnt about the nuclear tests which were done by India, the first and the second nuclear test, and also the missile development program which was undertaken. So we have learnt about the missiles Prithvi. Yes. Now in the next part of our lesson, we shall learn about the further development that had taken place in the science and technology. Yes, we have seen about the first nuclear test and the second nuclear test which was conducted by India, and also the assurance that was given by Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee that India will not make use of nuclear weapon for any destructive purpose. Okay, so accordingly, let's see what were the further development that had taken place. In 1958, Defense Research and Development Organization, that is the DRDO, was established under the Department of Defense of the Government of India. So, DRDO, an organization, was established under the Department of Defense. The objective of this organization was to make India self-sufficient with respect to means, equipments and weapons required for defense. So, as accordingly India should be self-sufficient with all the sources. So, accordingly the main objective of DRDO organization was to make India self-reliant, self-sufficient with all kind of equipments and weapons required in case of any kind of national emergency. After 1983, this organization developed several missiles under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So, various other missiles were also developed after 1983 under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and he was a man of great contribution to the production of missiles. So, as we are all familiar with it, and Dr. Kalam is also known as the father of India's missile program. Yes, he was called as the father of India's missile program. Was also referred to as a missile man. Yes, we all know about this, right? So, various new missiles were developed, were made under the guidance of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So, which was that? As we have already learnt about Prithvi, wherein Prithvi 1, 2 and 3 which were given to the Army, Navy and the Air Force. So, the other missile which was made was Agni. In order that China and Pakistan get an idea of India's missile strength and India's borders remain secure, Agni 1 was tested. So, as we know that there was a threat from the neighboring countries wherein China and Pakistan, they should get an idea that India is not less and was also powerful with the strength so the border of India should remain secure from this attacks, and so Agni 1 was tested. Now this military missile had a range of 700 kilometers. So what was the range of Agni? It was about 700 kilometer. After Agni 1, Agni 2 and Agni 3 were also produced. So in this way, other missiles were also made later. Then we have another missiles like the Akash and Nag missiles. In 1990, the missile Akash was developed to fire from land into air. So what was the use of the missile Akash? That was made in 1990 to fire from land into air. This missile has a capacity of to carry 720 kilogram explosives at supersonic speed and a range of 30 kilometers. So it would cover a distance of 30 kilometers and could carry the weight of about 720 kilograms of explosives at a supersonic speed. The missile Nag was made in order to destroy the tanks of the enemy. So what was the use of missile Nag? To destroy the tanks of the enemy. So Akash was the missile which could carry explosives and at a speed of about 30 kilometers and could carry the weight of about 720 kilograms of explosive. And missile Nag was made in order to destroy the tanks of the enemy. It is of the fire and forget type. India has militarily become secure due to the production of missile. So as these missiles were produced, India had become militarily strong, because as we could see that even America had refused to help India with this technology. So India itself decided to become self-reliant and had started making these various missiles and had made itself militarily strong. Now, space research. In 1961, Indian National Committee for Space Research, that is the NCSR, launched India's first research rocket from Thamba Equatorial Launch Center in Thamba in the state of Kerala. So, when was the first research rocket was launched? It was launched from Thamba, that is at the Equatorial Center, Launch Center in Thamba in the state of Kerala. In 1969, our indigenously built rocket Rohini 75 was successfully launched. So again in 1969, Rohini 75 was the rocket which was launched successfully. The next stage was the successful launch of the first Indian satellite Aryabhatta in 1975 with the help from the Soviet Union. So the first the first Indian satellite that was Aryabhatta was launched in 1975 with the help from Soviet Union. This success proved that Indian scientists can indigenously build and launch a satellite. So again, India had proved itself that it is not less than the other nations, and the Indian scientists can build and launch a satellite. Indian scientists were confident that they could acquire the technology for sending a message from the Earth station and to assess the working of the satellite. So even the Indian scientists were confident about that they can also acquire the technology for sending the message from the Earth station and to assess the working of it. From the Earth station they could assess the work of the satellite that is going on. So even that was the capability which the Indian scientists could do. Indian Space Research Organization, that is the ISRO. After the success of the basic program in space research and rocket related project, Indian Space Research Organization was established on 15th August 1969 in order to carry out further space research. So as we have seen that so many missiles were made by Indian scientists, also the satellite was launched, rocket was launched. Accordingly, the further research was carried out, and on 15th August 1969, the Indian Space Research Organization was established, that is the ISRO, and in order to carry out further research in space. The headquarters of ISRO are at Bengaluru. So where are the headquarters? They are at Bengaluru. ISRO activated the space station at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh for launching our satellites in space. So where did ISRO activate the space station? It activated the space station at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. For what? For launching our satellites in space. Bhaskar 1, that is India launched a remote sensing experimental satellite, that was Bhaskar 1. So what was Bhaskar 1? A remote sensing satellite from the Soviet Union in 1979 in order to observe various things on the surface of the earth by remote sensing technology. So I hope you all are aware about remote sensing technology, wherein anything lost could be found with the help of this technology. For example, if you found your vehicle missing, so with the help of this remote sensing we could find out where exactly it is. So this remote sensing technology would be useful for India's development by regarding water bodies, mineral deposits and forecasting weather. So this Bhaskar 1 remote sensing technology, it could help for finding out the various water bodies, also the mineral deposits in different areas, and also forecasting weather, the climatic conditions of different areas. The photographs taken with the help of this technology about the bowels of the earth, environment and forests were important. So, the photographs which are taken with the help of this technology would prove to be very important. Another area in which the information from this satellite was useful was oceanography. Also, the findings of oceans or the remains could be found out with the help of this remote sensing technology. In 1981, oceanography was launched from Soviet Union. So, in 1981, oceanography was launched from Soviet Union. Then we have Apple. Apple, that is the Ariane passenger payload experiment. The first completely indigenously built satellite by ISRO in India was Apple, and it was launched on 19th June 1981 from the French Guiana. Apple was beneficial in the field of education and the objective of providing emergency. So, Apple had proved to be of great importance in the field of education. So, children, in today's class, we have learned about the various space research centers and the organizations that were established. Also, we have learned about the missiles, the rocket and the satellites which were launched for the further research development technology to be undertaken. So we have learnt about Agni 1, Agni 2, also the rockets which were launched, like then the satellites we have the Aryabhatta, Bhaskar 1, then Apple. These were the satellites which were launched further. So the remaining part of the lesson will be continuing in our next class. We shall stop for the day. Till then, thank you children.